Force's active duty inventory. Lieutenant Colonel King explained what's next now that the F-4 is retiring.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet, much like when you see out of the sky. It's 16, which provides more realistic capabilities for the threats that we're facing out there. We can test those weapons and those radars more realistically as 16.
Many F-4s for his old friend would be.
I thank you for saving my life more than once and for being a part of me.
Reporting from Holloman Air Force Base, I'm Airman First Class Jason Allred.
The Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force. It's made a huge impact. Both retired in 1996, then the Air Force decided to bring it back as a QF-4. We've been using it as a drone where we can test the next generation of weapons and radars so that our 4th and 5th jet fighters are the best that they can be. Yeah, it's mixed emotions when you see them blow for the first time. The more I thought about it, and the more I kind of put things in perspective. The fact that the airplane goes down in blazing glory versus sitting around at the boat yard at Davis Mountain or in a museum somewhere, I think it's a truly fitting end for a warrior to go out in that way. The F-4 is a very manual airplane, and specifically the QF-4. A lot of the things that the F-4s have when they are operational are not included in the QF for the age of the airplane. It accelerates very well, does not turn very well, but it never did as far as that goes. Well, I think it's such a popular airplane because, first and foremost, there were a lot of them built. There were about 5,200 of them built, all three of the services. So I think that's a big part of it because it's not just an Air Force-specific airplane or a Navy-specific airplane. There's been a lot of really cool opportunities with the F-4 since we are the last ones flying in. There's been a lot of opportunities for us to take them on the road and for the public to get a chance to see the F-4s one last time. And that's been really interesting. It's been really cool for me to get to do that. I expected when we took it on the road that we would meet a lot of people who had worked on them, who had flown them over the years. What I didn't really think on doing was pin down. They didn't know if they were going to make it out, and an F-4 came in and saved their life. And that's been a truly humbling experience for me to hear those stories and hear what an impact this airplane's made on them. Yeah, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet, much like when you see QF-4s blown out of the sky. It's sad that the F-4 is coming to an end, but it's exciting because now we can bring on the QF-16, which provides more realistic capabilities for the threats that we're facing out there. We can test those weapons and those radars in the QF-4. The F-4s are old. They're old and they're getting tired. Most of ours are about 45 years old or so, and it's getting more and more difficult to keep them flying, to keep them maintained, and keep them in airworthy conditions. So it's time for them to move on and make way. The thing I leave with is you served your country well.
emergency procedure simulators, and 4 flights in the F-4 with an instructor in the back seat in preparation for the final first flight of the F-4 Phantom.
It's a pretty big honor, much longer.
The 82nd Aerial Target Squadron Detachment 1 at Holloman is the last unit in the military flying the F-4 Phantom. They will continue to convert the F-4s into drones and use them as targets to test next-generation weapon systems until they are completely phased out of the Air Force. Reporting from Holloman Air Force Base, New Mexico, I'm Airman First Class Jatori Johnson.
Not in your shot. Got it. Don't look like a small foot on that pad. Where's the champagne?